You're rolling back evolutionary scheme of putting your intelligence and consciousness in the front. Instead of that, you're putting your biology in the front. It's there. It's best we address it for what it is. I was trying to understand the internet and its content. What is the real content on the internet? They're telling me 70% of the content on the internet is pornography. Is it so? I said 70% is unreasonable and sick levels of pornography. If it occupies a small percentage, it's okay. 70% of a technological platform which could do millions of things, unfortunately is pornographic. Just biology of life. It's very unfortunate.
Do we have anything better to say? I am not trying to be moralistic and say this is wrong, that is wrong. But I am saying, for the first time in the history of humanity, we have this capability that we can say something to the entire world in one shot. Never before this was even imaginable, isn't it? You've just taken it for granted. This is the first time that we can communicate to every human being on the planet. Is it not important? The highest possibilities get to them.
It is not the front end of your life, it is one part of your life. So at different stages of life, there are some times you only think about it and talk about it. There are some times you indulge in it. These are passing phases of life. How much of it is needed for you, you are the best judge. Does it mean to say you don't have biology, you don't have biological needs? You have, it's fine. But it must be on the periphery, it should not become the core of your life because it will reduce you. In the sense, a creature which was purely biological evolved into a place which has an intelligence of its own beyond its biology. See, animal intelligence works for its biology alone. How to get its food, how to get its mate, this is all its entire life is. If human intelligence also functions like that, you are bellying the evolutionary process. You are seeing how to go back, take the evolutionary process backward. This does not mean you do not have a body, body has its needs, as there is physical hunger, so there is sexuality. You have to address it in some way, but to what extent is your choice, but definitely it should not be the front end of your life because you're rolling back evolutionary scheme of putting your intelligence and consciousness in the front. Instead of that, you're putting your biology in the front.
Once your hormones hijacked your intelligence, after that, wherever you look, you see only that. It takes a certain level of awareness and capability to look beyond that. This is not a denial, but being able to see beyond that. Once you see beyond that, you understand the limitations of what this is. What is limited should be handled in a limited way. You don't have to invest your whole life on it, isn't it? A small aspect of your life should only get that much attention. If that spreads through your consciousness, then that'll become a crippling life.
Man or a woman, you have come into existence because that is 50% of the ingredient. Well, we have skin, we have epithelial cells, we have hair, we have many other aspects of body, heart, liver, kidney, so many things. All these cells are of a certain potency in their own way. But semen is of an extraordinary level of potency, it can create a whole new life. Well, today you can take an epithelial cell and do a lot of things in a laboratory and maybe we can clone you. Well, if this question is coming because you are using it to spill it on the JNU bed sheets, if that's how you're using it, well, that's your compulsion, you're doing whatever you're doing. This is not something to be judged morally, that's not the point, it's a question of what is the level of compulsion that one has. But anything in this body, can it be transformed into a different level of function? Absolutely, not just semen. Just everything in this body can be transformed. If I give you soup-making ingredients, either you can make a great soup or a lousy soup. Depends what kind of skills you have, isn't it? So this goes for everything, not just for semen. Every dimension of your body and your mind, you can transform into something tremendous, or you can make it mediocre, or you can make it a serious problem, every aspect of your life. If you want to produce a certain, let's say, epithelial cells, how much energy the body spends on it, And if you want to produce a cell which you call a semen, how much energy body spends is very different. This can be scientifically established. So, when you're investing so much energy in that, obviously it has a potency if you know how to explore. But are you competent to explore? Are you capable of exploring? Do you have the necessary sadhana and guidance to do that? That's a big question mark.
The planet are. Number one industry is arms and armaments. Number two is alcohol and tobacco put together. Number three is pharmaceuticals. This says everything about us. And on the internet is pornography. We as a generation should not let this opportunity pass. We should not let these sex maniacs, child sellers to dominate this world. How can we allow people who sell children to do dirty things with them to dominate this planet? Tell me, we are allowing them to do it. We don't have to fight them. Everybody thinks we have to fight. No, we have to overwhelm them with positive things.